It's a collaboration with the creative team that you see yourself working with. You know, with Dear Evan Hansen, I was hesitant because it's a teenager. I was like, do I want to keep playing, teenagers? Because a lot of times teenagers can have peripheral storylines. They can have these shortened, abridged arcs, character arcs, and so, but with Michael and Steven and Stacy at the helm of it, it really felt like they were doing the best that they could to have the character serve the piece and the piece serve the character. And so I learned a lot in the process of helping build and shape a character for such a huge commercial piece on Broadway. I had a mentor, and I had because she passed away 2 weeks ago of cancer. And it was really interesting in the midst of doing my first Broadway show, much later in life than I had anticipated, going through the process the first year with her in particular. And she calmed a lot of my fears. Her name was Deborah Connor Smith, and she calmed a lot of my fears about whether or not I'm allowed to have a career and still be a mom, still be a wife, still be an activist, still, be someone that seeks for social justice. There's, a lot of things with Alana and Dear Evan Hansen has to do with her desire to connect people, even though at times it's very self-serving. So there's a moment in the end where Evan reveals his suicide note to her. She doesn't know it's Evan's letter to his therapist. She thinks it's Connor's suicide note. So she makes the decision, like, not only do I have to, as someone who has made a decision to, an obligation to herself to make this orchard happen, this fundraiser happen, she decides to put the note online because she's very aware, I think, of the fact that social media and the powerful effect that this letter could have on people's minds and hearts in order to get them to help fulfill this dream. And she says to him, she says, don't you care about building the orchard? This is the best way to make Connor's dream come true. And it's interesting because I have to moderate her emotional intelligence in that moment, because as a grown-up, like, I feel this sense of, like, I can't believe I'm doing this, like, but I have to put this letter up there. But as Alana, I have to understand that is actually kind of tapered down, because as a teenager, you don't understand the complexities of everything you're doing. But I think that's a very bold decision of her, because as someone who's a very intelligent woman in the show, I do play with the idea that she's not completely loving the idea, but she is dedicated to it because the cause is important enough for her. Yeah.